But we're all set to go here, Sam.
That's right, and Crumpy's now on the inside of Tony in the first corner. What's going to happen?
Great start from Nicki Pedersen. Nicki Pedersen, a fantastic getaway in white there, and he moves ahead of everybody, including Jason Crump. And look at Rickardson. He's at the back. Tony Rickardson right down.
I'm sorry about that, Ben, but he's stone last. It's Nicki Pedersen out front. Makes it from gate 3. I wonder what happened. It blew all their game plans, and Jason's got to work hard now to get by Nicki.
Nicki Pedersen has never won an SGP event. What could this be his chance? The young Danish rider with a huge amount resting on his shoulders. But look at Crumpy. Crumpy's coming back at him. He hasn't given up. And Jason always seems to love racing in front of the Polish fans, despite the fact that they throw things at him. Look at him. He's coming back at Pedersen.
I'm getting into Jason's head right now. He's trying the outside. He's going to cut back. Hopefully Nicki makes a mistake. Nicki looks over his inside, cuts back to the inside, holds it down. Crumpy's on the outside. Michael's in third place right now. Wait for these guys to make a big mistake on this track, and maybe we'll take it all.
Here comes Crumpy. Good cut back body. Still can't quite make it. Looks as though he might have had the speed. And it looks like Pedersen is heading for victory. An historic victory for Nicki Pedersen. His first ever SGP win. And that is just a beautiful moment for him. Oh, celebrations. Last year in Berlin, he was leading and he had a coming together with Tony Rickardson. Only finished third on the restart. No coming together tonight. And it's Nicki Pedersen who wins the European Grand Prix. 25 points to him. Grand Prix final in Cardiff, the Millennium Stadium. And who will it be? We've got 3 former winners of the British Grand Prix and one man who's never won the British Grand Prix. That's Nicki Pedersen in red. Jason Crump in blue looking for win number 3. Greg Hancock in white looking for win number 2. And Tony Rickardson looking for his 3rd British Grand Prix victory as well. One of them coming here at Cardiff. It's anybody's race. Let's go! Oh, and it's a great start from the inside from Nicki Pedersen and from Rickardson. But Rickardson forced out wide from that outside gate, and Pedersen now coming under pressure from Greg Hancock.
I tell you, Nicki couldn't get settled where he was going to start on that inside line. He just got a little bit slight of a roller, and he pulls it off. He's out in front. He's got the rest of the boys chasing him down.
It's the man who's never won the British Grand Prix before who's in front at the moment. The button's on for 2nd place. It's Jason Crump with Rickardson trying to go around the outside. As into trouble, Greg Hancock just hits the ruts.
He does. There's all kinds of little ruts out there that'll take you for a ride if you don't hold on to it. But not for Nicki Pedersen. He's out front enjoying clean air.
This is remarkable stuff, Sam. He's been on the ground, I think it is down a couple of times tonight, and yet here he is in front.
He's determined to take this one, and guess what? He's going to carry this one into his home country, the next Grand Prix.
And it's also going to move him up in the championship as well. This is great stuff. He was 2nd in the season opener of the European Grand Prix. He wins the British Grand Prix in Cardiff. What a result. What a fight through the whole evening. He's picked himself up after that scary-looking accident with Scott Nicholls in the semi-final. He's come back and he's taken the win. How about that? Nicki Pedersen, only his 2nd ever Grand Prix victory, and it's right before he goes to his home country Grand Prix in Copenhagen next time out. What a result, what a time to do it.
Here it is then. Tony Rickardson in red from the inside. Jason Crump in gate 2. Thomas Golub fired up in 3 in white, and Nicki Pedersen. What a lineup, Kelvin.
Fabulous lineup. Rickardson this time not going for gate 2, decides that the inside gate's for him. Crump there on gate 2. Nicki Pedersen on the outside. What can he do from there? Hardly any race wins at all from the outside tonight. Really has been very difficult indeed. Golub there on gate 3, really showing terrific form in the semi-final.
3 world champions as we look at the 97 world champion. Okay then, here we go, the final of the first Grand Prix. A little bit of movement there from Crump, but he gets away well. Jason Crump gets the lead, just ahead at the moment.
Here comes Nicki Pedersen. What a move from the Danish rider. Splits the riders down the back straight. Massive effort from him. Oh, this is sensational stuff. Nobody's been winning from that outside gate. The race is on now.
And would you believe it? Rickardson's at the back. Unbelievable stuff. But it's no, they touch. They're all touching there, Nicki Pedersen and Jason Crump. It's good, clean racing, but they are actually banging bikes.
Unbelievable stuff on that opening lap. Crump and Pedersen rubbing shoulders and elbows as they went over the line again. Terrific action. Unbelievably, Rickardson was left at the gate. Nowhere going there. Golub hanging on to 3rd place, but the action's out front.
Without a doubt, Nicki Pedersen and Jason Crump, they both won it. You saw how well Jason Crump was, and Jason Crump takes the lead from Pedersen, but Pedersen says no.
How did Pedersen hang on to that? They were rubbing there as they went round that bottom corner. Here once again off the turn. Crump has to come out of the throttle. Pedersen determined to hang on to the lead.
And Nicki Pedersen with one corner to go is going to take the Slovenian Grand Prix. The first win of the year goes to the Dane. And how emphatic was that?
Fabulous speedway race there. Crump was definitely played his part, but you've got to give credit to Pedersen. He came from nowhere coming off that first turn, and he goes on to win the Grand Prix, the opening round of the World Championship.
On to the final, and watching on, Mark Laram, of course, who won his world title in 2000 here at Bydgoszcz, but all eyes will be on Thomas Golub. 4 wins in a row here at Bydgoszcz, and he's already won the Grand Prix here 5 times. And bye-bye for Jason Crump, but he's not too bothered, is he? He's already won his title. He'll be picking up his trophy. On to the final of Bydgoszcz. Up go the tapes. Away goes Nicki Pedersen on the inside, but cutting across from the outside. Greg Hancock goes wide and tries to pick up the dirt and pick up some grip. Golub on the inside. Nicki's in the lead, but here comes Hancock into second place.
Isn't this place great? Look at the racing at this standard. They're just on the gas. Golub now has got some work to do. Greg Hancock finally moves out to the dirt where he should have been in his last heat race. Golub's now putting the pressure on him. Can he hold him back?
Well, look out, because here comes Golub. Hancock goes wide and high again, trying to pick up dirt, but through the inside now comes Golub. Great race for second place, but out front, Nicki Pedersen looks cool and comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, it's all about winning a Grand Prix, and there's mixing them up. Golub has to cut back to the inside. Another pass. He's throwing his wheels up high. Greg's got to keep it right in the thick of things to keep the pace going.
Well, Bydgoszcz, they saved the best till last. What a Grand Prix this has been, and it's not over just yet. Oh, almost hitting the fence, Golub there. But last time he did that, he picked up enormous grip. Hasn't done it this time. He's going to have to settle for third. The fans won't like that. Nicki Pedersen looks over his shoulder. He's done it. He won the first Grand Prix. He's won the last. 2 wins in the series then for Nicki Pedersen and a third overall.
Hans Andersen, a lot of people would have expected him to make the final tonight, but we've got the top 3 in the world out there and the surprise package of Vítězslav Jágos.
Yeah, and Jágos doesn't look intimidated at all coming out at 2. And so far, 2's been the best gate, statistically. So Jágos is still in with a good opportunity against the top men in the world. Nicki Pedersen on the inside. What can Crump do from where he is? Not going to be easy from there. On the outside, he's not given up much so far. On to the final end, the first Grand Prix of the year. Up go the tapes. Crump doesn't get away well, nor does Jágos, but Nicki Pedersen out of the inside is flying. Jágos comes back a little bit more now, and look at the speed down the back straight of the pole into second place.
Yeah, well, Nicki Pedersen once again from the inside made a fabulous start. He's in the front, that's where he's been all night, out front. Jágos into second spot, Crump and Hancock. Hancock's at the back after a decent spot. He's got a lot of work to do. Hancock moves into third place.
First and second last year's Grand Prix, and they're fighting for a place here to try and get into second. Amazing.
Jágos in second spot. He won't believe he's there. If he can just hang on, he's got a silver medal for the night. Nicki Pedersen out front looks so good. Greg Hancock trying everything he knows to make that second place his.
Yeah, putting a lot of pressure on Jágos now, but he's good to the task at the moment. The rut's still being a factor here, but out front, Nicki Pedersen is in brilliant form.
But look at Hancock, he's trying so hard round the inside. He gets into second spot. He has ridden brilliantly to get from last place into second. That's a terrific effort.
Great ride from Hancock, but an even better ride again from Nicki Pedersen. That is magnificent. 7 out of 7 for the 2003 World Champion. What a way to start his campaign. He truly is in 7th heaven after that. What a night.
This man very, very disappointed. He knows how important it was to get to that final, to keep the chase on Nicki Pedersen. It seems like he's getting away with it so far this year.
Yeah, especially from a points point of view, because of course 6 for a win in the final, 4 for second and 2 for third. So Hancock is going to miss out on a big cash prize there. Nicki Pedersen on 17, Hans Andersen, wow, how did he get through? On 6 points, he got through to the semis, he's now on 9. Jason Crump and Chris Harris, well, he's on the outside again. Could you say he could win it?
Look at the little game. Chris is right up against the current world champion, Jason Crump. Come on, boy, let's race for it.
Not at all intimidated by Jason Crump, but the experience of Crump comes through. Or does it as Harris cuts back? Out front, though, great start from Nicki Pedersen.
Second is Hans Andersen from Denmark. It's a Danish 1-2, but Chris Harris is going real deep trying to get the momentum. Here comes the current world champion up the inside. If you leave the door open, Chris, he'll take it from you.
Yeah, what cheek. Chris Harris is holding off the world champion in the final. Never thought I'd see this. Great stuff by Nicki Pedersen. He's been brilliant all night, and I don't think Hans Andersen's going to challenge him at this point. It's all a question of who's going to finish on the podium, and I can't see Jason Crump at the moment going to make, well, maybe he can go down the back straight and hold off Chris Harris, put some pressure on him.
This is the best in the world, and it's Nicki Pedersen that's leading it. Going in here, if he wins this race, John, he's going to only have lost 1 point in the whole series so far. Hans Andersen wants to make sure he loses a couple of more.
Hans Andersen again putting him under pressure, but I don't think Nicki's going to be too worried, and as you say, it's been a monumental start to his campaign, and Pedersen is literally sitting in the armchair. A little bit of a rut there as he comes across the line, but he takes victory number 2 out of 2. What can you say about Nicki Pedersen?
There were Nicki Pedersen, because he's the guy on the inside gate. We know so far in the last 2 semifinals, that's the place to be.
Rooney Holter's in blue, out of gate 2. Jarek Campbell, the pole, alongside him in white, and Scott Nichols on the outside. But Nicki Pedersen has been making starts all night, Sam. He just needs one more.
Yeah, but Scotty Nichols got another plan. There's this crew looking on. He's on that outside in the dirt.
Away we go then, the final of the Czech Republic Grand Prix, and once again Nicki Pedersen flies out of the inside gate and into the lead.
Look at Holta. He was in second spot, going to that corner, made a huge mistake, opened up a door, and it's Hampel and Nichols. Nichols just hit another hole. It's Hampel now putting the pressure on Nicki Pedersen.
So Nicki Pedersen out front, but how much pressure has he had all night? It doesn't look like much, because he's headed now, surely, to another Grand Prix win and extending his lead in the overall World Championship. Are we looking at the new World Champion, we wonder?
Well, he's got a couple more laps to go before he's going to score another 6 points to his campaign. And it's now looking like it's leveling up at the back there. It's Hampel that's holding on to second, and it's Runa that's holding on to third. But Scotty's not giving up. Deep. But can he do anything? I don't know.
Nicki Pedersen then on the last lap. He missed out on the final at the Millennium Stadium in the last time out, but this time he's done it emphatically, quite brilliantly. He hasn't dropped a point all night. He's looked a cut above the rest, and he's proved it in style as he takes the checkered flag and the Czech Grand Prix and the championship by storm. And here is the final, though. And Nicki Pedersen has the time now to make a perfect night of it. But look who he's against. His former world champion, Jason Crump, alongside Scott Nichols in white and Rooney Holter in fine form on the outside. Sam?
Yeah, there's a little bit of niggling going on there at the start. There's Phil Crump looking down at Jason. Jason's really close to Nicki Pedersen. He doesn't want to give this one up. Look at that. Nicki Pedersen still means business. He wants to win this one as well. His team looks on.
Crump trying to clamp him down then from the start. Here is the final in Kursko. The former champion and the world champion new fighting it out for the first corner, and no surprise, Nicki Pedersen pushes Jason Crump wide to take the lead.
Oh, now Jason Crump's nose get clips off right there from Rene Holta, and it's Scott Nichols that's just on the inside of Nicki. Nicki's out in front. Scotty's pushing him hard. Rene Holta's going to take it up if they make any mistakes.
Jason Crump got off the line well, but as you saw, he had to go wide there to avoid any clashes, and now is at the back. And once again, normal service resumed as Nicki Pedersen goes for another Grand Prix win. Scott Nichols is going to try and hang on to second place. Valuable points for his quest to stay in the top 8. Rooney Holter pushes on.
Absolutely, Rooney Holter is the guy chasing him. This will be 2 points on Rooney Holter for Scotty, and that will help him, as you said. It's all about getting points now and staying into the contention for next year.
On the last lap then, Nicki Pedersen has already wrapped up the world title. That was in Heat 20, but he's put the icing on the cake with another dominant, brilliant performance. This is a truly great day. Nicki Pedersen takes victory here in Kursko in style. Scott Nichols takes second place.
It's his 4th Grand Prix this year. Nicki Pedersen has gone out in style. Well, Hancock must feel pretty confident. He's just come off of that gate 3 and 1, but he's got some guys that are really tremendously good out of the starts, like Nicki Pedersen. This guy doesn't make any mistakes, only dropped 1 point.
This is the final from the Czech Republic. Jason Crump on the inside, Hans Andersen, Greg Hancock, and Nicki Pedersen, who has been flying at the moment, 16 points. But then again, Jason Crump has 15. Both of them are going for the world title. Nervous times as they watch on for the start of the final. Away they go, and a brilliant start in blue. Excellent excellent start by Hans Andersen, but now coming round in yellow.
Aha! Guess what? Nicki Pedersen dominates the first corner once again. Made a good start. Hans Andersen is right on his tail. Looking Crumpy, fishing for whatever he can up in the high line.
And, oh, and a mistake there from Hans Andersen. Hancock at the back. Crump will dive into second. No, not quite. But good recovery there by Hans Andersen. But out front, Nicki Pedersen is flying high as he has all night. And he doesn't look as though he's going to be challenged. It's now all about second place.
Yeah, the battle's on. Hans Andersen is trying his hardest to hold on to second spot. Crumpy wants it. He's out there. Watch Crumpy. Straight up in the dirt. He's going to try to get what he can off this corner. Look at Hans looking around. Where's he at? He says, okay, he's got a little bit of breathing space. Hancock has nothing. He's in last.
Remember this moment, remember this lap, because this could be the turning point of the 2008 Grand Prix season, because finally, this man, Nicki Pedersen, is going to win a Grand Prix, and he's done it brilliantly. Nicki Pedersen, the world champion, has just shown why. That's his first Grand Prix win of the year, believe it or not. He's been consistently good, but he hasn't won. Now he's winning. Look out the rest of them.
The final of the FIM Big Gosh Polish Grand Prix. What a fairy tale it would be if Lee Adams could win it. Ulemek inside, Pedersen gate 2, Adams gate 3, Halter going off the outside. The bike draw. We prepare for the start of the final. Lee Adams' last ever race as a Grand Prix rider. Who's going to win? Here what a start from Nicki Pedersen.
Fantastic start from Nicki Pedersen, reminiscent of the last 2 years when he was world champion. Fires himself down the back straight into the lead. Will it be his night? Adams back in third place. Can he make any impact from there?
Seb Ulemek is second, Rune Halter at the back. Nicki Pedersen would really leave a nice little message for his rival.
Oh, Adams
comes out the inside. That was very close.
Down the back straight, Adams neck and neck with Pedersen. Pedersen slams the door shut. Just for a moment, it looked like Adams was going to go from third to first. Great stuff. And Adams is faster than Pedersen.
He certainly is. Pedersen would dearly, dearly love to win the final Grand Prix of the year, but Adams in his last ever Grand Prix is winding it on. You're quite right, Kelvin. He looks as though he's got the speed, Lee Adams. Is there any way past the outgoing world champion?
Not going to be easy. Pedersen's covering the line. He's not the fastest man out there, but as long as he doesn't move off that blue groove, the race will be his. Adams now switching to the outside, then back to the inside. A brilliant stuff from him, but Pedersen's in control.
Nicki Pedersen on his way to victory. He wins the FIM Big Gosh Polish Grand Prix. And after a year where he believes he's been in the wrong end of refereeing decisions, that is a message to his rivals, and he loves nothing more than winning in Thomas Golub's own backyard. Will Thomas Golub start the defence of his title with a victory? Will it be young pretender Emil Sayfutdinov? Will it be triple world champion Nicki Pedersen? Or will it be Jarek Hampel, who had only 3 points from his opening 3 rides? Sayfutdinov off the inside, Golub off 2, Hampel off 3, Pedersen goes off 4.
So difficult to call, an unpredictable night at Speedway. Sayfutdinov up and down, looking better in the semi-final. Golub, you know, he's been the one that's been consistently fast all night. Kaczynski there, his team manager, can't watch.
First final of the year, who will get the drop? Golub's made a beautiful start off gate number 2. Magnificent, and here comes Pedersen in yellow. The man in red, Sayfutdinov, has got the inside line.
Oh! Golub up the safety fence, Pedersen slams the door. What a first corner that was from Nicki Pedersen. Golub out now up the inside into second place, yes! Brilliant first lap of Speedway from Nicki Pedersen.
Absolutely brutal, Nicki Pedersen. Sayfutdinov is the rider in red. Golub's third now. The man at the back is Jarek Hampel. But Nicki Pedersen has got a fantastic lead here in the first final of the year. Pedersen, who needed a wild card after an injury-affected 2010, looks like he could be starting the series with a win. And what a dream start that would be after making several changes to his backroom team, going back to how it used to be. And the great Dane, Nicki Pedersen, has got the race under control. Golub second, third place is Sayfutdinov. Hampel's at the back, but Nicki Pedersen, the 3 times world champion, is going to start the season with a victory. He wins the Grand Prix in fantastic style.
Fantastic performance from Nicki Pedersen, no doubt about it. You wouldn't have picked him to win tonight, but John Jorgensen back in his team. He's got the crew round him he believes in, and he believed in himself there to pick up a huge victory.
What a lineup for the final it is. They've got 298 final appearances between them. Fantastic statistics, 70 Grand Prix wins between them and 9 world titles between them as well. Jason Crump off the inside in red, gate 1, 16 points. Nicki Pedersen, gate 2 in blue. Greg Hancock, gate 3, the reigning champion. And Thomas Golub, he scraped into the semi-finals, but don't put it past him winning the Grand Prix.
No, you never can rule him out. He can always step it up and produce something spectacular. He's coming from the outside. They're going to need something spectacular from there, but look at that man on the inside. Here we go.
What a lineup it is, and away from the start, Pedersen has made a beauty of 2 once again. He really is making the starts work tonight for him. Second place in red is Jason Crump. Hancock coming into third in white, but Thomas Golub is there in yellow. But Nicki Pedersen, Kelvin, he has made some brilliant starts tonight, including that one in the final.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous away from gate 2 once again. He then storming away. Hancock nearly ran in the back of Crump, and that allowed Golub up into third place. Jason Crump looking strong in second place, but Pedersen back to his best. It's got to say it's going to be tough for Crump to find a way through.
A reminder, it's double points for the final, so Nicki Pedersen on the verge of 6 big points here, which would put him on to 19 overall on the night and put him up to 4th place in the World Championship. If Crump hangs on for 4 points in second, he will lead the World Championship by a point. Hancock and Golub really having to go for 3rd and 4th here now, but Nicki Pedersen kicking on down the back straight. He's going to take the victory surely if he can just get round turns 3 and 4. Nicki Pedersen is a winner here in Prague. What a performance by the Great Dane, Nicki Pedersen. Fantastic display. But Jason Crump finishing runner-up. He leads the World Championship tonight now. And that was a masterclass from Nicki Pedersen. Hancock will be back, and he will be pushing hard to retain that title. But he's not in the final, and it's Jurica Pavlic, the wild card off the inside. Nicki Pedersen, a win here would rocket him up towards challenging Hancock for the title. Jonsson goes off gate 3, rider number 2, and Thomas Golub, remarkably, a man who scored 2 points from his opening 3 rides, finds himself in the final.
Yeah, super effort from Golub. Got to say, it's a fantastic opportunity for Nicki Pedersen to surge up the charts into second place in the world, but Pavlic, what an opportunity for him to win a Grand Prix.
What a story it would be for the wild card. It'd be a true fairy tale, but he hasn't made the start. Nicki Pedersen, immaculate from gate number 2. Where on earth did he find that from? A jet-propelled getaway. Nicki Pedersen on his way here now, leading the charge. Second place is Jurica Pavlic. Andreas Jonsson is coming hard. Golub is trailing at the back right now. Jonsson is going to pick off Pavlic. If Nicki Pedersen wins this, he will be just 6 points behind Greg Hancock. Because remember, it's double points in the final.
Pavlic there in third place. Got to say that Golub's coming charging hard. Yes, Golub's going to get the better of him. Super stuff from the Polish back in third place now. Nicki Pedersen, sensational lad at gate 2, but Jonsson that really was beginning to put him under pressure. Pedersen slams the door shut. What an opportunity for Pedersen here.
Yeah, Nicki Pedersen kicking on, looking superb here. This will be the moment when the world title race takes another twist and gets closer and closer. Nicki Pedersen is going to be 6 points behind Greg Hancock with 5 rounds of the World Championship to go. Pedersen is the winner of the FIM Fogo Croatian Grand Prix.
Fabulous ride from Nicki Pedersen. He's just been there or thereabouts all night long.
Can Woofenden make it count off the inside gate like he did in the first semi-final? Will Pedersen be there? And what about the outside 2 gates that get the drive in the first turn?
Yeah, there's opportunities wherever you look here, and can Woofenden now win here when he came so awfully close 12 months ago, where really just that mistake in the last corner allowed Zagar through to snatch the Grand Prix victory away from him. It was a turning point for Woofenden last year. He'd struggled in the first couple of rounds, but here in Tampere was where he really came back to top form. He's on the inside, he's the favourite.
Woofenden needs second place to lead the series going to Prague, and it's a great start from Nicki Pedersen off gate number 2. He's got the drive, he's got the speed. Woofenden is on the inside and has lost control momentarily there and has closed the door, but Jonsson coming hard up the inside. Now what can Woofenden do as he goes deep into the turn in turns 3 and 4? But Nicki Pedersen has the lead. Woofenden chomps across the front of Jonsson, Hampel's at the back, but it's looking good for Nicki Pedersen here.
Fantastic start from Nicki Pedersen, you can never rule him out. He changed his bike for the semi-final. He wasn't happy with conditions. He makes an electric start coming out of gate 2. Woofenden not quite managing to compete with him there. He's in second place. He's hanging on. Pedersen out in front, dominating the final, looking like he's going to pick up another Grand Prix victory.
Yeah, this will put Nicki Pedersen on to 19 Grand Prix points from 2 rounds of the World Championship. As things stand, if Woofenden stays where he is, he'll be 22 points going into Prague in 7 days' time and will lead the World Championship. But Nicki Pedersen, with his 58th Grand Prix final appearance, is on the verge of his 18th Grand Prix victory, his 14th win of his career. Nicki Pedersen, a fantastic effort from him. 14 Grand Prix wins now for the 3 times world champion. Nicki Pedersen takes the victory. He's been in terrific form so far this season. Here we go with the final then of the Swedish FIM Speedway Grand Prix. What a night. Huge credit to everybody to get this meeting on, particularly race director Phil Morris, who deserves plenty of accolades. But it's all about the final now. Antonio Lindback 1 in red. Nicki Pedersen gate 2 in blue. Matti Zegar gate 3 white. Ty Woofenden outside yellow. The top 2 riders in the world are off gates 2 and 4. Nicki Pedersen is second in the World Championship, and Woofenden, the leader, is off the outside in yellow. But it's all about all 4 of these guys. This is a tough one to call.
It is a tough one to call, but I would say Nicki Pedersen, where he's starting from, has the advantage. He won the semi-final in brilliant style from gate 2, had no hesitation in going for it again for the final. Woofenden's had the outside gate a couple of times, made brilliant moves in the first corner. Here we go.
Here we go for the grand final here in Manila. Now Pedersen has made a lovely start, but so has Lindback. Now Woofenden is going to try and get in on the mix, and Woofenden is at the back here now with Pedersen having the advantage right now. Nicki Pedersen has the lead. Woofenden is winding it all on, and Ty Woofenden has blasted his way through, and Woofenden is putting serious pressure on Pedersen now. Ty Woofenden down the back straight. He's going to go wide again. He's got plenty of speed, but so has Nicki Pedersen. What a race we've got on!
Wow, fantastic speedway from Woofenden to get into second place, but Nicki Pedersen makes an excellent start and is out in front. He's a tough man to pass. Pedersen looking good on his home track, out in front. A lap to go. Woofenden now settled in second place. Brilliant start from Nicki Pedersen. He's going to win it, Nigel.
Yeah, huge credit to Nicki Pedersen of Denmark. He's going to reduce the deficit to 9 in the World Championship, and he's going to win the Grand Prix in Manila. Nicki Pedersen, who rides for Dakar, delights the home crowd because Nicki Pedersen has won on his home Swedish track. Here we go with the grand final then, a memorable night for more than one reason. Niels Christian Iversen off the inside, Jason Doyle in his first ever final, gate 2. Nicki Pedersen, gate 3 white, and Matt Sajanowski off the outside. These 4 boys deserve their moment in the final, of course.
Here's the final.
Here we go, grand final it is then, and heading into that first turn, is Pedersen going to get there? The man in blue has the advantage early on here, that's Jason Doyle. They're all going to bunch up down the back straight. Here comes Pedersen charging hard. Doyle out wide. Doyle now tries the inside switch. Janowski is there as well. Whoa. They're all bunched up. They're absolutely giving nothing away. Nicki Pedersen has the lead, and still Doyle's not out of it. Still Doyle comes back for more.
Doyle back up the inside. Fabulous move from the Australian to get back into second place. Pedersen defies all the stats. Comes roaring out of gate 3. Gets himself to the front. Brilliant stuff from the 3-time world champion. Doyle on the outside. Janowski on the inside. But Pedersen, he's in command at the moment.
Yeah, Nicki Pedersen with 1 lap to go. Doyle tries the inside run.
Whoa.
Doyle with 1 last throw of the dice, and Doyle has taken him out. Pedersen comes back. How on earth did he stay on the bike? Goodness me, that's a great ride. Down to the line, Nicki Pedersen. What a grand final that was. And that is the 16th win of Nicki Pedersen's career in 62 grand finals. And hats off to Jason Doyle, went so close. But what a fitting finale to a terrific night of Speedway. And the great Dane Nicki Pedersen is back. Here we go, it's the final of the Betard Scandinavian FIM Speedway Grand Prix in Manila. Matti Zegar off the inside, Freddie Lindgren gate 2. Ty Woofenden's nearest rival for the title. Wins this, he'll be 15 adrift, 18 as it is. Vashilikov gate number 3, a wonderful performance from Martin. And Nicki Pedersen getting stuck in tonight in the final. And he's off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, you wouldn't put it past him winning here tonight. He's been making good starts, he's been gaining in confidence the longer the night's gone on. Lingwood looked good in the semi-final though. Once he hit the front, he had a lot of speed and he looked very impressive.
Which way will it go? Green light on! And away they go, and Zagar's made an absolute beauty off the inside gate. Watch out for Pedersen around the outside. Lindgren tries the inside run. Nicki Pedersen around the outside. What a move from Pedersen, but Zagar has the lead. Pedersen almost loses it.
It's in the front.
And now Lindgren's come through. Can you believe it? Pedersen! Nicki Pedersen now. Zagar second. Lindgren charging hard, but Zagar holds second spot. Vasilik's at the back. Nicki Pedersen could be on the verge of winning a Speedway Grand Prix again.
Wow, what a move from Pedersen. That was such an exciting first lap of Speedway. Pedersen, totally committed, has got himself to the front. Zagar in second, Freddie Lindgren in third. Pedersen's got this night. He won't slip up from there. A lap to go. Pedersen back to his best.
Yeah, Nicki Pedersen, 3 times world champion. Written off many times, I'm sure, by his critics. But he's going to win in Manila tonight. It's the Speedway GP legend, Nicki Pedersen from Denmark. Oh, he's won the Grand Prix. And how delighted is he tonight? What a result for Nicki Pedersen of Denmark.